Good morning, sleepyhead. Today, we're gonna be exposing Ryan Trahan. Well, expose the storytelling and filmmaking techniques which makes his Surviving on a Penny for 30 Days series so successful. Positive vibes only here. This is the start of a new series here on this channel, YouTuber Breakdown, where we look at the storytelling, filmmaking, and editing techniques of popular YouTubers across a multitude of genres here on this platform and talk about the techniques they employ to create captivating and successful content and how an aspiring filmmaker or content creator like you and I could learn from them. If you guys like this new series, please make sure to leave a like and comment who we should do a YouTuber breakdown on next. Let's start with the storytelling of Ryan's latest series. If you're unaware, Ryan Trahan's series is about starting in Los Angeles with only a penny, and his goal is to travel all the way across America to deliver a penny to Mr. Beast. He employs all kinds of tactics to trade his penny for a pen, sell it for $1, buys water bottles and sells that for a profit, does Uber Eats, walks dogs for money, and all in an effort to raise money to get a bus ticket or plane ticket to get to the next city. All the while, the series is promoting a fundraiser for Feeding America and encourages viewers to donate to a worthwhile charity. If any donors donate $50,000, then that would activate the Great Reset, which would reset him back to a penny, forcing him to start over again. Right off the bat, that is an incredible idea for a series. A lot of things work here. The idea of the series itself is actually extremely entertaining. The fact that it's in service of a charity makes the series more wholesome, and having a way for the audience's donations to affect the journey makes you feel like you're actively involved in the series, since a large donation could change the course of the series. Overall, Ryan has an awkward, charming personality that you just want to root for, except for the fact that he basically never eats vegetables. Eat your veggies, Ryan. Next, let's take a look at the filmmaking and the equipment he uses. From what I can tell, he has a Sony Alpha 7 series camera, a Sony 24-105 f4 G-series lens, a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, a Joby GorillaPod, an iPhone 13 Pro, and a lavalier mic that I'd wager to guess is a Rode lavalier mic 2. All of that is easily packed into his Peak Design everyday backpack. Now, with him for this series, he's also got a cameraman that shoots a portion of the content with him, Preston, and a video editor that edits all of the videos, Zach, which makes sense since he's uploading daily and creating content for what looks to be about around 8 or more hours a day. You can tell when he's shooting on the Sony camera when it's a wide, usually stationary shot, or when Preston's recording him. And he typically uses his iPhone when he's recording in places that don't allow recording, or if he's on the move on his bike. Something that we can learn from Ryan's series is that he has a bit of a formula to the entire series, which can lead to it being a bit predictable, but also makes it significantly easier to produce daily content. So let's talk about that. The formula. Morning routine, breakfast and coffee, the game plan for the day, the day's money-making methods like selling water, walking dogs, Uber Eats, or some new ideas. If it's something he's already done a lot, like selling water all day, he'll add an occasional break in the routine, whether that's an interview or doing something different to break up the repetition. And then finally, he wraps up by reading donations, checking if he's been reset, and then signing off for the night. In between all of those segments, he always records some kind of transition clip, whether that's walking or biking, but it helps segue between what he's doing. The formula is incredibly important because he's doing two things at once. He's both trying to make sure his audience is entertained, and he's trying to accomplish his goal, make money so he can continuously travel to the next city so that he can make his way to Mr. Beast. He even admits so in the beginning of the series, saying, hey, I can try to make this entertaining, or I can just make money to complete the challenge.
To be honest, there's an element of me that wants to make this series as entertaining as possible, but there's also an element of me that wants me to actually do this and complete it. And it's kind of hard because I don't know if both can exist.
Next, let's take a look at the editing and style of his videos. Once again, Ryan and his editors take a pragmatic vlog-styled approach to this series. There's no crazy color grades. There's not even an emphasis on making things look super cinematic. The goal is instead to make sure the content comes first. And since each video's turnaround is super short, the bulk of the editing emphasis is placed on storytelling and pacing, which in my opinion, Zach the editor does a great job of this. On top of that, building in motifs that repeat throughout the series like the Great Reset, text and sound, the money counter, and the music choice is not only great for audience callback, giving the audience something to expect, kind of like the feeling of watching your favorite TV show, but it also means that the editor has reusable assets that can efficiently and effectively be reused from video to video. Something that's pretty critical when you have a video that needs to be turned around quickly on a daily basis. I think the biggest thing to focus on in Ryan's videos when it comes to editing is how well done the pacing is handled. A good video or even movie can be absolutely dragged through the mud with bad pacing, but instead, Ryan's videos have incredible pacing. The cuts are always very tight, keeping the content flowing, and on top of that, Ryan's very cognizant of recording from different types of angles, varying his shots, and keeping consecutive clips from being too monotonous, switching between selfie-facing shots to POV shots and adding in stationary wide shots. So here's my key takeaway from Ryan Trahan's Surviving on a Penny for 30 Days series. As always, story is king. If you have a good story and a great hook, you've already made it halfway to great content. I think this is so important because a lot of content creators these days, including myself, will be so focused on creating content but forget to ask, what's the point of the content and why would someone want to watch this content? The second key takeaway is the style of the filmmaking should always be in service of the story itself. Like, would epic drone shots and perfectly exposed footage with the perfect color grade make this series better? Sure, maybe, but maybe it wouldn't either. I think one of the biggest appeals of this series is that it feels authentic, and having everything shot from a vlog style actually adds to the experience of the series. And I think that excessive polish might actually detract from it and make it feel more fake. And finally, this is another example to add to the argument of does gear matter? I think this is a great example of gear doesn't matter as much as you think. What Ryan needed for this series is a compact camera to capture footage on the go without it getting in the way. Anyways, that was my YouTuber breakdown of Ryan Trahan's Surviving on a Penny for 30 Days series. I think what Ryan is doing is absolutely incredible, both from an entertainment perspective and from a philanthropic perspective. I think this new era of content creators sprouting from Mr. Beast's legacy of entertaining but wholesome content is one that's great for our platform and its image. I've gone ahead and donated $100 or 1,000 meals to Feeding America. And if you guys want to donate, check out the link to the donation page in the description down below. If you guys can't donate, go subscribe to Ryan Trahan's YouTube channel where he's donating a penny for every single subscriber during this series. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this new style of content. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and get notified of when new videos are uploaded. Comment down below on what you think of Ryan Trahan's videos and on who else we should do a YouTuber breakdown of. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.